Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Podmas. This is the Alizee show. I am your host, Alizee, and today I'm joined by Rachel Oates.
Hi.
Again, we are doing part 2 of what if scenarios, hypothetical ones that have been what's the word? Not invented, come up with. Good God, I can't speak English. Come up with by Bing's AI.
Generated by
There
AI.
we go, generated.
There we go.
Oh, it's so frustrating. Like the way I type, not the way I text, because the way I text is abysmal. But when I'm actually like typing stuff, it's so much more sophisticated than the words that come out of my mouth. It's really annoying. Do you find that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like I sound like an idiot day to day. And well, I mean, maybe I am a little bit,
Same.
but yeah, I definitely write a lot better. Since
I
I
am
started
like,
like properly scripting my videos, people actually think I'm smart.
I find that like I am a wordsmith in my head. In my head, I'm like one of those dead blokes, who see, even but if I was writing this, I would have 2 minutes to think of an example and I'd be like, no.
You're like, as the ancient philosopher said.
Oh God, don't even get me right. Philosophy, yeah. This is grinding my gears, right? Because it's a bunch of old dead dudes who Descartes pretty bad for it. Like the way that bro writes a sentence, and it's like, what are you talking about? I know what he's talking about, I get it, but the manner in which he's trying to present his thoughts, like there was one I put on Instagram where he was being like, suppose that I am actually dreaming that I'm sitting by this fire and I am a man, but blah blah. It's like, what are you? Why are you? What? Shut
Wasn't
up.
he French though?
Yes.
Yeah, so I reckon a big chunk of that is probably in the translation.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like you'll have some dodgy grammar there to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. Sorry,
There's a
Descartes.
little
Sorry.
little bit of that.
But you know who I do like? I like this I think he was a Scottish empiricist called David Hume.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
bloke was like when he was around the 1800s, something like that. But when you read him, it's actually readable, because I do think that a lot of these texts, they're kind of it's a form of gatekeeping. They're as convoluted as possible, so you do give up. But David Hume, it's like you read him and you actually know what he's yapping about, you
Yeah.
know.
I think sorry, she's making her bed. I think a lot of it is with like certain philosophers at a certain point is they want to get right down to specifics, so they have to be as specific as possible. They can't just be vague, they can't be general. They have to like pinpoint these tiny little details, which does mean that like there is nothing succinct about the way they write. Where like okay, there are sometimes like quotes you can pick out, like with Descartes, for example. Everyone knows the famous "I think, therefore I am." But that's not all he said. He then had to go on and write like 20 pages about what that actually means, down to like the minute detail, right? Because philosophers are so flipping pedantic. And it bothers me.
Yeah. And then he rambled on about how, but what if a demon, it's called like Descartes' demon. What if a demon is controlling everything I see? It was kind of like they didn't have computers back then, so it's the same as the simulation theory. But what if an evil demon, but then if God is good and just, would God let me be deceived? But then a good and just God would let me have free will, so he would let me be deceived, even though it is an evil act. It's like, who are you arguing with, my guy? What are you yapping about? I mean, I get it. I know. But it's still like with a modern day kind of lens,
To
I
be
suppose. It's
fair,
funny. It's funny.
people could ask that same question about our entire YouTube channels. Who are you arguing with and what are
are
you
we yapping
about?
about? That's why I see myself as just a modern day philosopher. But instead of arguing against an evil demon controlling my senses, I'm arguing against Colleen Hoover and E.L. James. Same thing, really.
I would kind of love to see you go up against someone like smart but pretentious and a bit douchey, like Clara. Hey, Ray, you like him? Like Richard Dawkins. Sorry.
There's someone really pretentious I was arguing like in my head against the other day, and I can't for the life of me think of who, because like
But yeah, I think it would be like really interesting to see, where they like try and be like, they're so sensible and like most of them are all just these like old white guys, and they're like, oh, well, it's such and such a person said, and therefore, and like I would love to see you just go up against them. Like it would be great fun to watch.
it very much depends on who, though. Because
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins, yeah, I do see it, because he is a bit sometimes, because I don't mind, like, most religious people, I don't mind it so much, you know, just like pray, do your thing, have your rituals. What is it to me? Just don't oppress, like, bare minimum, don't oppress other people due to your beliefs.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like Richard Dawkins, for me, he's just a bit like, oh, yeah, I can see it. I have to
I
think.
quite like some of his like writing on genetics and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like that's really good. But I kind of just want him to stick to biology. Because like I don't know if you've read stuff like The God Delusion, but it is a bit
no.
douchey at times. And like he comes out with the most like obvious stuff, and then people like hold him up as this like big revolutionary genius. And I'm like, well, no, he's just A, stating the obvious, and then B, being kind of hyperbolic to demonize all religious people. It's like one extreme or the other, and neither is all that good. But I might get shot for saying that.
Jordan Peterson. I wouldn't go against Jordan Peterson, because like
He's just a douchebag.
like, well, and it's also just not worth it for me. You know, like it's not worth. You don't want to put a target on your back from like that type of audience.
Yeah.
You just don't. You don't want to like get harassed in real life. You don't want to, you know, it's men with like tiny little egos. But when I was reading Hume, he used the word. He was talking about. I guess he was talking about his fork. Well, he wasn't saying his fork, but you know, Hume's fork, right? Like matters of fact and relation of ideas. He was yapping about it, and then he kind of ended it with like just like slagging random people off who don't exist, which, you know, me and you, right? We do that. He said something about like how he doesn't like people who speak with circumlocution. I thought that's a really good word. And it means the use of many words where fewer would do, especially in a deliberate attempt to be vague or evasive. Jordan Peterson does that.
Yeah.
Lots of people do that. Like,
yeah.
I'd even say Stephen Bartlett. I'm looking around because I'm like, oh no, don't let the Diary of a CEO fans hear me. Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, he does it too. He once said to someone as an opening question, what can you tell me about yourself that helps me get a better idea of who you are as a person? Bro, just ask them, how is your day? Like, what do you mean?
Or tell me about yourself.
Yeah, tell me about your childhood.
Hey.
Oh my god, what was that?
Tyra.
What kind of news is that?
She taught. I'm going to turn the light off over there and see if that helps her. She just, when she's in this mood, bless her, she just talks to me constantly, and she'll just sit there and go, "Ow, wah, 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 wah."
That's
and
funny.
Like, when she gets in a mood, she gets in a mood. Like me and Kieran were playing board games the other night, and it got to like maybe about midnight, and she was so annoyed at us. She just came and stood on the end of the bed and goes, "Ow, woo, 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 woo," and it went on for like 20 seconds. We were like, well, we're going to bed, I guess. And
Hello,
she just
madam.
told us off. You can hear her right now.
Shall we get on with the part 2 of the questions before I like make an enemy out of absolutely everyone in existence? Like, I don't mean to be so combative against, like, there are things and people I do like. Like, I like Robert Pattinson. I think he's very funny.
I like how you had to take a pause there. Like, I like
shit. Like, I like you. I like Eva. God, who else do I like? Who do I like? There must be people that I like.
I heard you're a massive Keemstar fan.
Oh, I love him. Oh, Keanu Reeves, obviously. Keanu Reeves, like, there's lots of people that I do like, but there's just a lot of idiots. You know, there's just and I saw this post on Instagram that was like, you know, I wake up and every morning I read hundreds of comments from the most stupid or insane people in the world, and then I like wonder why I'm in a bad mood for the rest of the day, and I feel like that's my life. So there's lots of things that I like. Now, here's a what if question. What if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life? Would you choose pizza, sushi, something else entirely? What would you choose?
Oh, just plain spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's my go-to comfort food.
When no I'm salt, like, no butter?
No, just plain spaghetti. Well, preferably linguine. I mean, you put a little bit of salt in the water, Sorry.
Okay, sure.
You put a little bit of salt in the water, but other than that, just plain spaghetti. It's like when I'm struggling with food and I'm overwhelmed by like textures or something like that, it like resets my tummy. I just have a bowl of plain spaghetti and I get my appetite back again.
I get you. I get you entirely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's actually entirely fair with the whole sensory issues thing, because I know what you mean. Like, like I will try loads of different, well, within reason, because obviously being vegan and stuff, I will try loads of different foods, but I have sensory issues with, and I never knew that. Like, I always just thought it was I would have like really adverse reactions to stuff when they felt a bit funny in my mouth, which that is a sentence. No one clip that. Don't say that. Don't clip that out of context. Like I remember once I had some jelly, and like there was this weird, but there was this weird like texture inside some bits of the jelly, and it made me feel like vomiting.
I get like that. Like my throat literally feels like it's gonna close up. And I want to cry and I want to vomit, and sometimes I do vomit, and it's really bad.
Well, like when bananas are too starchy.
Can't stand bananas at all. And the smell of bananas, I'm so sensitive to smell. If anyone's eating a banana near me, I'm like, nope. Do not like.
Nope, not having that.
Nope. Sometimes I can smell when people have like eaten bananas in their flat. I can smell it from the hallway, and I have to like hold my breath as I walk past. Hate it.
Oh God.
It feels like such an overreaction, but if I don't, I'm like,
yeah.
Hate it.
But you know what? I love porridge, but porridge is one of those things where it's like it can so easily get screwed up. You know? I remember once having like make myself breakfast when I was really little, and I put like it was microwavable porridge, and I put it in the microwave for too long, and I tried to eat it, and the texture, it made me think of gross things, and it made me feel really, really ill.
Oh no. You know, everyone loves a little bit of oats.
Yeah. Oh yeah. that took way too long. I think I'd get so fed up if I had to eat one food for the rest of, because my favorite meal that I make is spaghetti bolognese with like Beyond or Richmond meat-free mince and garlic bread, but like the garlic bread has to be made like quite specifically and takes like quite a while, because you have to like kind of cook the garlic in the oven like as a head so it caramelizes and stuff. But I'd get sick of that if that was every single meal. So what about like burritos, but then the filling changes every time?
Well, is that cheating? Because I could say my like spaghetti and then like have a different sauce every day. Feels a bit like cheating.
But it says, would you choose pizza? But then what? So is that just like a cheese pizza, or is that vegetable pizza, or what? Or what?
I think it's calzones count.
Or what about, like, I don't know if you know, but like Papa John's, you can get, or like the pizza places where it's like chocolate spread on the pizza.
Yeah. Oh god, we had a board games night the other week, and like a bunch of us ordered food, and like I got it's this like place that does like pizza, burgers, wraps, that sort of thing. I got a little pizza, Kieran got like a veggie burger, Nick and Chloe got like a little sharing platter of like lots of little fast food bits, and Joe ordered what he thought was a regular beef burger that came with chocolate sauce on it. He completely missed that bit of the description, and it was like regular burger, just like a brioche bun, beef burger, cheese, salad, chocolate sauce.
But was it good?
Oh no, he said it was horrific.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but he ate it anyway.
Did it have a special name? Because I feel like the burger should have a special name if it's going to have chocolate sauce on it.
Yeah, it was called something, but it didn't make it clear it had chocolate sauce on until like, it was listed like 6th on the ingredients. So he was like, well, I didn't click more to see. I just thought it was a beef burger.
Oh.
Yeah. But then like we actually looked back at the menu. It turns out everything has a chocolate option. So you can get like loaded fries that are just regular chips with chocolate sauce on them. And for some reason, rose petals. God knows. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I got too excited.
You're like, rose petals.
I was like, wow, my favorite.
I don't even know if they're edible, but they're on the chips. You can get like chocolate pizzas, you can get chocolate wraps, you can get everything. But some of them are so weird. So you can get like a chicken and whatever wrap with chocolate sauce in it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, is anyone actually ordering this stuff and enjoying it?
Wait, I know what I would eat. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Chocolate?
No, oh man, I would miss it if I couldn't eat chocolate. I eat chocolate every day. But what's it called? It's salt and chili tofu. So the tofu is fried and it's salt and
Okay.
chili, like English Chinese takeaway style. That with some boiled rice. I could eat that every single day for the rest of my life and I'd be fine.
Perfect. You got it. See,
Yeah.
easy question for you. You have that. I'll have my plain spaghetti.
I could eat plain rice as well. I love rice. I could just eat plain rice.
I'm not very good at plain rice on its own. Fried rice on its own, I can have. That's fine, but not just plain rice. That's a little too bland for me, which is saying something.
I like it though. It feels like you're drinking a glass of water. Because it absorbs water, so there must be like a conversion there.
I think most food has water in it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
I think like an apple would be more water than rice.
Or watermelon is in the name.
Watermelon is like just drinking pink water.
Mm.
It just tastes of pink, which is quite nice. I do enjoy that. Yeah.
Okay, so for you, plain spaghetti, linguine.
Yeah.
Tofu and rice.
Your special fried tofu.
My special like salt and chili tofu is so, oh my god, it's so good. What if you could be any animal for a day? Would you choose to be a bird, a lion, a dolphin, etc.?
Part of me wants to say dog, so I could be a dog with Kyra and we could just like run around and do dog things together, which would be really fun. But it's not really acceptable for two dogs to just run around together on the street. We'd probably get caught and sent to like a pound or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like no matter what animal I pick, it wouldn't be okay for me and Kyra to run around together. So maybe I'd have to choose something I could like be independent. So maybe a bird. Butterflies sound nice, but I feel like they can't fly very far at once. And they're also quite delicate. Like I could very easily be like swatted or something.
They like to drink blood.
Sorry?
Butterflies. If given the opportunity, they will drink human blood.
Oh.
Why would I know that?
A little bit betrayed now. I guess we have glucose in our blood, right? That makes sense. They like sweet stuff, don't they?
A lot of insects like to, because it's very nutritious, but butterflies fall in that camp.
Yeah. Did you ever see that documentary that the BBC made about blood, where as part of it, that guy had like a pint of his own blood taken and made into black pudding and then he ate it?
No, why? Like, sorry.
He said it was very salty.
We have to pay a license fee that goes to the BBC who protected Jimmy Savile, and they are literally just like messing around with that taxpayer money. Oh, what if we took some blood out of someone, made it into a sausage? I don't know. What if you took some jizz out of someone and made it into ice cream? Like, who cares?
Probably had people doing that before. Maybe not the ice cream, but like there's almost definitely a BBC documentary of someone eating their own semen.
It's on YouTube. Matthew Lush, he did it several years ago. I made a video making fun of him because why wouldn't I? And then he got really offended by it.
I remember, I think it was on the BBC. Dawn, she's Dawn Porter now. She just used to be Dawn Porter. She did a series of documentaries for, I think, the BBC. And in one of them, they got her to like watch a crap ton of types of porn and see which one she became most aroused by. So they like stuck basically like a moisture detector inside of her to see what she was most turned on by. And weirdly, it wasn't like heterosexual porn, even though she's heterosexual. It was stuff that was more like taboo. Yeah, so it turns out that like porn that was more kind of like taboo is what she got more physically aroused by. So weirdly, lesbian porn and animal porn. So like not really animal porn, but like watching animals have sex gave her
not bestiality. Okay.
Yeah, no, not bestiality. Sorry. It was like, you know, like watching two monkeys go at it or something like that. She had more of a physical reaction to. And it's because there's this thing that humans have called like non-concordance, which is where your mental arousal and physical arousal don't align. Yes. And this can lead to things like, you know, when someone's being raped and they might orgasm, things like that. It's why, male victims of rape often orgasm. Non-concordance. Their head's not in it, but their body doesn't quite understand that. And so like this experiment that Dawn did on the BBC kind of showed that like even though her head was like, this is disgusting, this is doing nothing for me, her body was like, oh, sex, better lubricate myself, you know. So it was quite interesting. The BBC has taught me something.
Dawn Porter was she's married to Chris O'Dowd, who is from the IT crowd, and she did this show like way over a decade ago called I think it was called Super Slim Me, where she tried to get down to a size 0. Because a few people did that back then. There was a few shows that were like that, like, you know, take a normal or like a size 10 or whatever and try to get them down to a size 0 and then kind of show the repercussions and the detriments to it. I don't know about anyone else, but when I was a teenager, I used to watch those shows for tips and tricks. So I don't think they did what they intended.
Do you remember Super Size versus Super Skinny?
Yes.
God. And there was always like, they would do that thing where they would get them to like keep track of what they ate in a week and then bring all the food in tubes. And like with the like skinny person, we were meant to be like, oh, it's not much, is it? But then with the like overweight person, like they're all like, you see how disgusting this is? Look at this filth. You put this in your body. And it was like, well, all food is going to look disgusting if you smush it into a tube and like, yeah. Oh,
I also feel like with the super skinny people, sometimes like you'd see their weight and you see how skinny they are, and then you know when they do the food swap for a day, those types of, or they do it for the week or whatever. I always thought that like they really overestimated the calories when they did the tube thing, because they'd be like, oh, this woman is 8 stone and she only lives on 1,800 calories a day, and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean 1,800 calories a day and she's underweight? What do you mean? I always feel, but like that would be weird if they did that. But like, I don't know, it was very strange. Because also when you saw what they were eating, it's like, that is not that amount of calories. Like they're on 1,000.
I think like for a lot of them as well, it was just like there was no nutritious value to anything they were eating. So it was just like empty calories, like
monster energy.
Crisps, like chicken nuggets, that sort of thing. It was just like there's nothing to it. So yeah, it was more like I think they were malnourished.
Yeah,
so they were just wasting away. Bless them.
That was a very strange show.
It was. The early 2000s was a weird time for TV.
Oh yeah, I wanted to do like a whole series on that, but I can't be asked, mate. So what animal would you be for a day?
Oh God, an albatross.
Oh, there's a bird. Is that a bird?
It's a bird. Albatross. Very big bird. And it's bad luck to kill them, so no one would hurt me.
Okay.
And also seabirds, so I think I could like cross the water. Yeah. I mean, they're pretty majestic. I think I'd look great as an albatross. You know?
They're pretty nice.
Yeah. Look at them. Big wings, full beak, little stubby tail. That's me.
Yeah, of course.
How about you?
I don't know.
I'm going to show you her right now. Can you see that little face?
Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah.
right there.
Evil.
I'm just being watched by a little beast. God, sorry. Anyway, what animal would you be?
It's difficult because you would want to be like the apex predator, so you're not eaten by something, right? It'd be interesting to know what flying feels like. But then I love wolves, because wolves are like just the ultimate dog. You know, they're the OG, right? So that would be cool. But I keep getting TikToks of gorillas eating fruit. And when they're like, they kind of eat fruit and they'll look at the camera and they'll look around just like, and it's kind of like, it's so human. It's like, are you pretending that you can't talk so you don't have to pay taxes? Do you know what I mean? So it'd be really interesting to be a gorilla just to see how much intelligence is there. Because no, like I will send you some TikToks of gorillas just like eating fruit or whatever. Like they're probably just there, like peeling a banana, being like it's very interesting. I'm fascinated. I used to be scared of like monkeys and gorillas as well. So it's quite nice that like nothing bad, but just like and maybe scared is the wrong word, but they're so human-like, and I find it really cruel when they're put in zoos and stuff, you know. I guess like when I used to look at monkeys, I'd get that uncanny valley type feeling. So they used to freak me out a little bit, but now I'm absolutely fine with them and I think they're adorable. One time though, when I was little, a monkey stole my sandwich at the zoo. So maybe it comes from that. I had a little Marmite sandwich and I was a toddler, and we're at a French zoo, and a monkey came along and snatched it and ran away and ate my sandwich, and I was screaming apparently.
See, I've always found monkeys very cute, but I find orangutans quite intimidating. And yeah, I find like orangutans, they're beautiful, but they're really intimidating. I think it's just because they're so big and like they're very human, but like they're kind of like, if you came face to face with like a giant wrestler or something like that, you'd be really intimidated because you know that like one little slap and they could kill you. That's how I feel about orangutans and gorillas, and whereas like a little spider monkey, he could slap me all he wanted. He's not doing any damage. He's just a cheeky little monkey,
Oh yeah, they're so like chimps and orangutans. I'm not sure if it's chimps or orangutans, but one of them, like their body is just pure muscle. So the strength behind them, they're the strength of like 4 people. Yeah, they're really intimidating, and like chimps rip people's faces off.
Yeah. Oh, gorillas as well, can't they? And like the teeth of gorillas.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of one. Whereas a panda, no one would lose against a panda in a fight.
I can't believe that pandas are bears.
Why? They look like little bears.
No, but it's just the way that they act, because like bears are so most bears like I think polar bears are the most dangerous, and then I think it's brown bears. Black bears, apparently I've seen TikToks of like this lady, she gets visited by black bears like quite frequently, and they're absolutely fine, and she like scratches them and stuff, and they're wild, right? But yeah, polar bears and grizzlies or brown bears will just mess you up like straight away, especially polar bears. So did you see there was this wildlife photographer, and I think he was, I want to say the Antarctic. He was somewhere where there were polar bears and there was a lot of snow. And he was behind like this bulletproof glass, like getting pictures. And this polar bear, like for 2 hours, was just trying to break into the glass. And then it gave up because it got bored and, went to find some other source of food. But if it kept it up for another hour, the glass would have broken and he'd be dead, But like, then you see videos of pandas. I saw one the other day and it was just like, it was trying to stand up and then it fell over. And rolling, like it was rolling around, like I can't believe they're bears.
So Kieran calls me his little panda because sometimes when I fall asleep in my makeup, I get little, panda eyes. So he calls me like little panda, and it's really cute. And I sent him this compilation the other day of just like pandas falling off things, and he's like, "Yeah, that's you." I was like, rude. And it was just like, a panda would like reach for a piece of fruit and then just fall on its face. Or it was like trying to walk across a little bridge and it just fell to the side. It was like, a nice wide bridge, like twice the size of the panda, and the panda just whoop, bless him. And they go head first and they're all just like flob. So they just flob everywhere and they go bloop bloop bloop. It's so cute. I love them.
Did you see the this controversy that this Chinese zoo had? It got into a little scandal. Nothing bad, but the sun bears. Because I think like we texted about this actually, because this Chinese zoo, these photos came out of these sun bears that were standing up, and they looked like a man in a suit. But I looked into it, and no, sun bears do actually, they just look like that.
Look
but
like
nah,
that. Yeah, because like when they were down on all fours, they actually looked like bears. It's just when they stand up because all their skin just like
sags.
Bless them. I do call Karen my little sun bear when she's out sunbathing.
Yeah.
I'll try not to like say her name too loudly in case she wakes up again. But yeah, that was so funny. Did you see there was another zoo, and I think it might have been in China, where they were trying to say they had pandas, and it wasn't. They were just dogs that they'd spray painted.
Yeah, I think so. Though, like, are we sure that that's not a fake news article? That's the annoying thing about the internet now, because like you'll see something funny and be like, "Oh, haha, humans are silly," and then it would just be like Snopes would be like, "Actually, it's not. This is not true," and you're somehow being offensive by like believing a bit of fake news. Dogs, panda, bears, real question mark? I'm gonna Google that. And now I just got pictures of dogs that look like pandas. That's all that's come up.
Yeah, wait, let me go back. Italian circus in trouble for disguising dogs as show pandas.
Oh, oh,
They tricked people into thinking that was a panda.
oh,
Japanese
oh.
circus owner charged in Brescia with using false documents after two Chow Chow puppies died black and white.
Oh dear. Did you
The
see
circus.
about
Oh, sorry, go on.
Did you see about that circus in Italy? Recently a lion got loose from the circus and was just walking around this little village in Italy and people were taking videos of it and stuff. Like
No.
I don't know if they probably
You know
did catch
what?
the
Run,
lion,
little
but
lion. You embrace
yeah.
freedom. You run away.
I thought fair enough. I thought
Yeah,
don't they dare do a harambe on that lion or else I'm gonna
yeah.
kick off all the way over in the UK. I'm
I'm on
gonna
the
kick
lion's
off.
side.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be kept in circuses in the first
No,
place.
no.
Ah, I got
Do you
some
like?
good news, some breaking news.
Oh
Nothing to do
God.
with this podcast. Lad Baby have pulled out of the official Christmas #1 race. Lad Baby, they do like songs about sausages every Christmas. Like, I love sausage rolls instead of rock and roll. And somehow they get to Christmas #1, but they have pulled out. So that's some good news. Cheer us up.
I feel like I've missed some really big part of British culture here, because like barely any of the words you said made sense to me except sausage roll.
That's so funny you say that because 2 years ago, Lad Baby were all over the news. They're like a YouTuber pair. I think they're maybe even family vloggers or whatever. And it was all about their Christmas #1 and they'd done it for like several years in a row and blah, blah, blah. And it was everywhere. And I was like, I've never heard of these people. And I was convinced that like I'd just woken up in a slightly different world timeline where they existed. And the one I was in before, they didn't. Because like I know everything about YouTube, British culture. I know everything. I know too much. I've never heard of these people.
You're like best friends with Zoella, right?
Yeah, practically. She was texting me asking, "Oh, what should I name my baby?" I said, "Big Alizee Yeezy." Obviously, didn't
Yeah.
quite catch on. But
Middle
yeah,
name.
huh?
Middle name though, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
so. Like
Yeah.
Stephen, Big Alizee Yeezy, Sug.
Perfect. If I ever have a kid, I'm gonna call it that.
Oh, thank
Sug and
you.
everything.
Thank you.
Even a little girl. Oh, my little baby Stephen. Isn't she pretty?
Just do Stephen with a PH. Because I feel like that's a bit more feminine than Stephen with a V. You know what I mean?
Really?
PH. Yeah, it's because it's like Persephone or something. No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Anyway.
So anyway, next question.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna Google lad baby.
Lad baby, don't worry. I'll just send you my video that I did 2 years ago. I'll just send you that where I'm as confused as you are that these people exist. I don't get it.
Yeah, next question.
What if you could have any job in the world? Would you choose to be an astronaut, a movie star, or a professional athlete?
I will just keep doing this. I'm very happy right now.
Oh my God.
I like
Really?
it.
Oh God. I
Yeah.
would switch up so quickly. I would switch up. I would finally
Really?
be.
Well, why don't you?
I'm too old to do acting now. That's my excuse. I'm just too old.
Yeah, I would like to act. I miss acting. I used to really enjoy it. So I'd like to act more. We'll do that. Just throw a bit of acting in with this. Might join a drama group soon. Be fun.
Yeah, I've been considering that. But again, like we were saying earlier, I just don't
Yeah.
I don't have the time. I'm trying to be a modern day philosopher, and I'm also trying to be like the greatest satirist of the 21st century. But I've not even finished writing my parodica about David Cameron. Of course, his name's not David Cameron in the story. It's like Michael Gordon or something, but it's so clearly David Cameron because Ed Miliband's name's Ed Miliband. I ain't even finished that yet. So how am I going to have the time to join a theatre group? I would never be an astronaut. Are you kidding? Space sounds so uncomfortable.
Oh, that's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be the first woman on Mars. I don't know why not just the first person, but I specifically wanted to be the first woman on Mars.
Why though? Like Mars is like not being funny. Mars is just shit, innit? Not to offend any Martians who might have like tapped into this frequency, but there's definitely not even Netflix.
Rocks.
Oh yeah, you'd like it.
Yeah. That's all Mars. This is just rocks, and I love rocks. Rocks and dust.
Yeah, exactly. It's just dusty. If I wanted that, I'd just literally go outside in London. Like there's always just like every time the wind picks up in London, you just get dust in your face.
Yeah, but Mars doesn't have humans. That's what it's got over
Oh,
London.
but how are you getting there? Because NASA ain't going to do it first. It's going to be one of these billionaire chumps, and do you really want to go with them? You want to
No,
live out the
then
rest of
we'll
your
get
days
another
with?
submarine.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Privatized space travel. You just know it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
But
Like,
if it
how
was just
many people are going to have to die before we get something that makes billionaires even richer?
But if it's privatized space travel and it's literally just people like, Musk, Zuckerberg, no, not Zuckerberg, Bezos going to Mars, like it's just them inviting their, what's the word? Exclusive mates, right? Their secret little mates. Let them. It's going to be shit. It's going to go wrong. It's going to be like that film, Don't Look Up. It's going to be a disaster. Let them do it. Let them and their mates pop off to Mars. See you later, mate.
I still thoroughly enjoy the ending of that film where the rich woman just gets like eaten by the
Yeah.
Excellent. Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Too bad. I like that the film didn't go for the happy ending either. It just that was it. Bye bye Earth.
Yeah.
I liked that.
That's good. I mean, it was realistic,
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. I like to think like if the world was ending and we are in that situation, yeah, I'd probably just get like Kieran and Kyra together and just be like, all right, just play a board game,
I don't know. My main character syndrome. I think I would stop the cataclysm from happening. Like when Bruce Willis blows up the thing in Armageddon, the asteroid.
Do you have like a secret like asteroid laser in your home?
I could
Because
probably,
I feel like as
I could probably
friends, you
make
should have
one.
probably told me about that.
I could do that easily. Just like
Can you just make one? Okay.
MacGyver,
Yeah.
a few cans of Coke and some straws.
So one of your dream jobs would be world asteroid stopper.
No. What would my dream job be? What would my dream? I guess. Okay, my dream job would be just to be myself and get money for it. Which, like,
That's literally your job now.
No. I know, but like on a grander scale, So it's not kind of like living slightly paycheck to paycheck. When like YouTube is shit for like sometimes the year. It's like having a cult of personality. Like that would be my dream job. I'm just a billionaire, but I'm not making anyone's lives worse. I'm just existing.
I think I'd quite like to do like more like presenting type stuff. I'd be like one of those like nerdy people on like Mary Beard. I'd be like the next Mary Beard.
Oh, of course. Like if I could have any job in the world, I would so be a host on Ancient Aliens. That's like my career goal. That's my dream. Oh, of course.
Silly. How'd you not think of that before?
I watched an episode the other day where because some of the episodes, like the more famous hosts, like Giorgio Tsoukalos, he's the guy with the big hair who's like aliens. He's the alien meme guy. He's like the most famous host. So they send him off on locations to look at rocks and be like, oh, that's aliens, whatever. And I watched this episode the other day where he went to some really cold part of the world and he was chipping away at like a bit of an iceberg, and they were they put it under a microscope and saw that there were little things moving around, like just little germs, whatever, inside this iceberg. And it's like, that's his job. Just to go around and do random stuff. That's me.
What if like we made contact with aliens and we needed someone to be like the go-between between humans and aliens? I could see you doing that.
I was thinking the other day, I was daydreaming, right? And I was imagining like how cool it would be if I was the person who established contact and an alien was on my podcast with me, and I just did a podcast episode of an alien, but I was asking all the stuff that I wanted to know, like what kind of food do you have, what kind of TV, what's your culture, like kind of inane shit, because some people would get really bogged down in the science.
So you would be like the guy from Project Hail Mary,
I guess, but like in an entertaining format.
Yeah.
So
but like where he's like, let me watch you eat, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then like they keep like explaining to each other like what waving means and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I would the friendship bits.
I would show my reptilian friend how to do a thumb war and see
What?
who's better.
What if they didn't have thumbs?
No, they'd have thumbs.
The guy from Project Hail Mary just had his 3 little pincers. The little rock.
He had a lot of them though, didn't he?
He had 3 on each hand and 5 legs.
I feel like if you did that, you could still do a thumb war. It'd just be a bit strange.
I think he'd win with his little rock fingers.
Well, we'd find out who has the superior body, I guess.
Fair.
Who has the superior evolutionary branch?
Have you ever challenged an animal to a thumb war? I think that would be a good place to start.
Could challenge a gorilla.
Yeah, I reckon they could probably pick it up.
Well, they can learn sign language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this. It's fine.
Okay.
I keep trying to get Kyra to do it, but no thumbs.
No opposable thumbs.
She just ends up holding my hand. It's very cute, but not very wary.
Just a bit daft, really, isn't it? Not having opposable thumbs, like in the year 2023 of our Lord.
I know, but she just has random nails. Odd. Yeah, the little dew claws.
Do you know guinea pigs have something like 18 toes?
Oh, that's disgusting. They don't.
Guinea pig toes, how many?
If I Google guinea pig toes, am I going to end up on a list?
14.
Like on each foot or in total?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm Googling which animal has...
Oh, it's not on each foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Oh, no!
Which one
I don't
is it?
like that.
What?
Sorry, I Googled which animal has the most toes, and there's a world record for some cats that have a total of 28 toes. They have like 6 toes on each foot.
That's just too many. It's a bit useless, really.
I know. Well, we have 5, but it just looks weirder on a cat.
Oh.
Sending you a picture.
It looks like it just did like a copy paste, but on its paw.
I don't like it. It's like this is something AI would make, but it's real.
Or like when cats have thumbs. Have you seen that?
What?
Sometimes cats can have thumbs. I think it's maybe a mutation. Cats with thumbs.
I don't think I like that.
No, polydactyl cats, aka thumb cats. And they have little thumbs, but I don't know if that's the best way for them to walk around though. I don't know I suppose you'd just get used to it really, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't like it.
Weird, isn't it? Okay, so
little mutants.
Dream job. Mine would be the person who gets the podcast with an actual alien, and yours would be what?
Basically this, but
just
with a bit of acting thrown in. And also if I could be the next Mary Beard, I'd like that.
Okay. What if you could be any character from a book or a movie? Would you choose to be Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, or someone else entirely? I don't know, because they all have their struggles, man.
Why do they love Harry Potter so much? This little Bing AI. He loves his Harry Potter. Sake. Sorry. They all have their struggles.
Well, yeah, when you're the main character in a book, you're going to go through some bad stuff.
Didn't say main character. Your main character syndrome's coming out again.
You just assume Katniss Everdeen, they're main characters, aren't they?
Yeah, but the question didn't specify main characters.
Okay, any character in a book then.
How nice would it be to just be like one of the hobbits in Lord of the Rings who just stays in the Shire and has a comfy life and just like drinks a lot of mead?
Oh god, and they do have like 10 meals in one day. Oh, that'd be so good.
The farmer who just grows fields of mushrooms. I could do that.
Farmer
Maggot, I think his name is.
Well, Tom Bombadil, who just shows up for all of one chapter. Yeah, and he might be like the ultimate god in Lord of the Rings. Who knows?
And just for no reason, he has like a stunningly beautiful wife, right? Who's just there and cooks for him. Yeah,
he definitely smokes weed. All of them smoked weed in that. Like Gandalf, he was high. They were all high.
Yeah, very much. See, I'm going to Lord of the Rings though. I feel like there might be a better character or world. I'm definitely going towards like fantasy worlds.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to be a character who ends up sacrificing themselves because, you know, being Neo in the Matrix. John Wick. John Wick. John
Well, no,
Wick.
because then someone killed your dog.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Not worth it.
This is a poison chalice, this question. Because even like Harry Potter, my favorite character was Fred Weasley. Didn't end so well for him.
Did he die?
Yeah, in the last one, when everyone knows that Percy should have been the one to get it.
Wasn't Percy the dragon guy?
No, that was
Oh.
either Bill or Charlie. I can't remember. Percy was like the proper job's worth. He's the head boy and the prefect and stuff. And then in the later books, he doesn't believe Harry when Voldemort returns. And then even when the Ministry are like, "Oh yeah, Voldemort's returned," he's still estranged from his parents because he doesn't want to say sorry. He's just a proper little shit. But no, Fred is the one that died. Do you know what, J.K. Rowling? You've done and said a lot of bad things, but screw you for that one. Let's not even get into the your questionable views on the gender debate. No, Fred Weasley. That's where I draw my line in the sand. I'm joking. It's a joke.
I'm Googling, are there any just happy fictional characters?
Yeah. Because I mean, the Hunger Games, nah. You're
either you wouldn't want to be anyone in that, would you?
You're either living in poverty or you live in the capital and you look like a weirdo.
Lastly, this give me some tea. But did it say fictional from a book?
Book or movie?
Or movie, okay. See, this is just giving me like optimistic characters. It's like no matter what bad thing happens to them, they stay happy. I'm like, I don't. Oh, Alice from Alice in Wonderland could be a fun one.
Why?
Because she gets to have that amazing adventure and she's probably high on mushrooms for most of it. And then at the end of it, she gets to go back to her real life unscathed. Plus, she's from like a proper rich family and she grew up this like spoiled little girl. Or if I got to be any Alice in Wonderland character, maybe the March Hare. He was mad and just got to have tea parties all day. I think that would be quite fun.
That'd be a vibe.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the Dormouse. Dora's crapping on the Dormouse. And I think the Mad Hatter definitely had lead poisoning, so I'd rather not. But the March Hare, he's just naturally a little crazy. Yeah. That could be fun.
What about Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka? You just eat chocolate and sweets all day. You go on like these strange adventures to, save the Oompa Loompas. Like I'm sure there's so much lore separate to Shine Chocolate Factory, and you end up killing a few kids. What's not to love?
Yeah, but a lot of people think he was like this like colonizer who then went and like enslaved a bunch of indigenous people and brought them back to his factory.
The Oompa Loompas were happy because, back in Oompa Loompa lands, it was just full of like things that ate them all the time. Who's saying that about Willy Wonka?
That's what the Americans said when they colonized America.
Is that an article on the Guardian or something? Was Willy Wonka a white savior to the Oompa Loompas? I give up. First they came for Willy Wonka. I'm joking.
But also he had his like self-imposed isolation for like 20 years. That can't have been much fun.
I'd be fine with that. But it would have to be Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka, right? Yeah. I remember that at the end where he just goes crazy and starts yelling at Charlie. He is so funny. I love that one. Like the one with Johnny Depp in. Sorry, was he trying to look like Michael Jackson on purpose? I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? He had that weird and he even spoke softly and stuff. He had the weird MJ vibe. Like,
didn't like the voice, yeah.
No, I didn't get that at all. There's a new one now with Timothée Chalamet, who I don't care for. Like that, I'm sure he's fine, but I just don't really care about him.
So I don't really know him, but I've seen the trailer, and like he just seems really flat and weird, and he feels almost like he's like this person with no personality, like trying to be quirky and over the top, and it just didn't feel authentic. So I'm confused because the rest of the cast looks really great.
Timothée Chalamet, I saw someone say that he looks like a medieval shoe. Or he reminds them of just like a medieval shoe. And I kind of get it.
Yeah. Like especially like the dried out, like crusty curled leather, like the
I get it.
Yeah, bless him.
I'm going for original Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder. You don't have to talk to people. You get to hang out with Oompa Loompas. You kill a few kids. You eat chocolate. You sing songs as well. You sing songs, have a little dance. I'm going for that one.
I mean, I would like to be in the chocolate room a lot.
Mm-hmm. The
Maybe-
chocolate river.
Maybe I could be one of your Oompa Loompas.
Exactly.
I'll be one of your Oompa Loompas.
The bit where he takes the little the boat through that tunnel and he's just spooning all those people out, and then he starts screaming about the Grim Reaper mowing their souls. That's so me. That's so me. That's so like something I would do to freak out a group of people for no reason. That scene used to terrify the shit out of me when I was really little, but I loved that film so much. Like there's a bit
the
where
flashing images of like the cockroach, not cockroach, it's like a millipede like running over someone's mouth and stuff.
I was thinking of that. Yeah, that's the exact one.
Yeah.
Or like the chicken gets its head chopped off in one of the flashing images.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that these days, would you?
It's just traumatizing them for winning a competition. I love that. I love the dichotomy.
Yeah. Go on then. That can be you. I'll be an Oompa Loompa. Just like make sure I get to work in the chocolate room, please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Final what if scenario.
Okay.
What if you could have any celebrity as your best friend? Who would you choose and what would you do together? And it's celebrity. So like, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go for like celebrity, like an actor.
Well, as we discussed in the other episode, apparently I'm already best friends with King Charles. So I'm in with all the royals. Oh God, that's tough. Who seems fun? That's really hard. There's a lot of people who I'm like very attracted to, so I wouldn't want to be best friends with them because they're attractive.
No, you have to friend zone them. It can't be.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't want to pick them because, you know, see, wouldn't be Hugh Jackman. I've got a thing for Hugh Jackman recently. So as much as I adore him, he's too attractive to just friend zone.
Oh, he's really nice.
See, he seems nice.
Yeah. I've heard he's really nice from my friends.
Oh my God. Oh no. See, I was going to say Hugh Laurie because again, he's supposed to be nice and he's really smart, but also very attractive man. I think there's just too many people I find attractive.
You need to keep it in your pants a little more then. Why'd you pick I don't know.
At this rate, just like pick a child.
Might be a safe option. Or a celebrity animal, you know, like Bobo the gorilla who learned sign language.
Oh, I'd like to be best friends with that elephant that pooped on Blue Peter.
That is so rogue. That is so random. Okay.
That's my pick.
Okay.
I bet he's got some great stories.
Elephants can... No, they can't. I made that up for my Piers Morgan novella. Remember I wrote that like there's an elephant that learns sign language. They were going to ask the elephant to predict who was going to win Britain's Got Talent or something, or the X Factor. Yeah, I made that up. I don't think elephants can learn sign language. Nope, I invented that. Okay. So funny. There's such a difficulty sometimes with chatting so much shit for a living, because sometimes I'm like how do I know the fact from the fiction? You know, where's the line?
Who would you be best friends with? I know who your answer was like 2 years ago.
Who?
Actually, no, maybe more than that. You would have said Russell Brand at some point, I think.
Oh God. God. Definitely no, not him. Also, like he's not even a bit of a, he's definitely got a lot of narcissistic tendencies. So I think scandal aside, he would be probably exhausting to be close friends with. I think it'd just be tiring. The obvious answer would be Keanu Reeves. However, I don't think I'd want him as my best friend. I think I want him to adopt me, and I want him to be basically like a father to me, you know?
Yeah. So I just came up with a new answer, and now you're saying that, I'm like, do I just want them to be my gran? Mary Berry.
I think you just want them to be your nan. I don't think you'd be
She
best friends.
seems so nice, and she would bake me cakes all the time, and we would hang out and talk about like really wholesome things.
She's like 90. Maybe she don't want to bake cakes anymore. Maybe she's like, I'm done with that part of my life.
I'd bake her cakes, and we would be besties.
Or she might critique them. She might be like, that pastry's got a soggy bottom.
Oh no. Oh, okay, yeah, I couldn't cope with that. Being criticized by Mary Berry is like heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I don't want her to be my best friend. But if she is looking to adopt a granddaughter, just soon. I'm available.
Mary Berry is a very big follower of the Alizee show, so I'm sure she'll reach out to you if she hears this episode. I would pick to be my best mate, Robert Pattinson. Easy peasy. Like, we would so easily be best friends because he is a freak. He's not a normal human being. He's not a real person. He makes stuff up all the time. He's odd. Like, he's genuinely just an odd human being, and I feel like we would get into many escapades together because he's weird, I'm weird. I really feel like it would just make sense, and we would have immediate bestie energy.
Well, I've heard he's also an avid watcher of your podcast, so
it could happen. Robert, like, hit me up. Also, like, Robert Pattinson, I think he's just so used to women seeing like Edward Cullen and being in love with him and stuff, and I don't see him in that way at all. I see him as Cedric Diggory, you died. Also, you hate Twilight. So, like, I've made a career off of making fun of Twilight. It's just the perfect storm. And what we could do together.
I did love him as Batman. Sorry, just throwing that out there.
He was good as Batman. He was an emo Batman, right? Mm-hmm. Which I appreciate. I'm an emo too. What would you do together? We could make some Twilight content where we just roast Twilight. It's perfect. It's perfect.
I can see that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you got this. I find it very hard to like figure out who I'd be friends with. I'm still going with the elephant. I'd like that.
So, elephant for you, Robert Pattinson for me.
Yeah.
And that is the end of this episode. I actually do have more what ifs, but maybe we'll do that another time. Okay.
I have enjoyed this though. They were surprisingly
exactly
fun.
This is honestly AI. Like, I'm here being like, no, we can't have AI yet. We're not ready for it. It's Pandora's box. Once it's open, once machines start self-replicating and teaching themselves things, humans going to be left behind. There's going to be millions of the mass unemployment, joblessness in about 50 years. Everyone's going to be made redundant. But good list, AI. Well done.
I'm surprised it came from Bing as well. Bing never does anything right.
I forgot that Bing existed until like 10 hours ago. So it's been a happy day all round.
Good day. Now, if only we had an elephant best friend to snuggle up with.
One can dream. AI generate us that reality. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching to Podmas. Make sure that what is my outro? What do I even say? Make sure that you follow me on Spotify and iTunes. It's gonna be 5 stars on Spotify. Make sure you check out Rachel's channel. Make sure you follow this channel and subscribe. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, whatever. Follow me on Instagram. Robert Pattinson. Email me because I don't think he uses Instagram. Robert Pattinson, email me. Let's make this happen. And also, elephant, email Rachel.
Yes, I think it's dead now.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, this world is a misery.
It was like 50 years ago. Oh my God, I just thought of another job I'd like to do. Yeah. Octopus friend. That's a job, right? You know, like in an aquarium, like an octopus handler and feeder. And like occasionally you like hold hands with the octopus. That's what I'd do.
Okay. Octopus friend or a Pattinson friend. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.